Somebody sent me a list of Aquarius characteristics, and they want me to look at them and tell them if this list makes sense for Aquarius. You see these all the time on Facebook, Instagram, other places, and they'll be like, Aquarius does this, Aquarius does that. And they want me to look at these and see if any of these ring true even a little bit. So I'm going to do the introduction, and then I'm going to start reading them. Hi, I'm Queen Osaharu, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on to everybody else you know. Leave us a positive comment so I can read your comment next time. And stick around because I'm going to read some positive comments today. If you would like to get a reading, if you want to hit me up on social media, if you would like to check out my Ask an Aquarius merchandise, if you would like to check me out on Patreon, please become one of my beloved patrons. All that information is underneath this video. Okay, let's get started. The first one says Aquarius. Okay, so Aquarius either cares a lot or doesn't give a fuck. Yeah. Yeah. I don't engage in things I don't care about. So everything that I'm currently engaged in, and this wasn't always the case when I was younger, because sometimes you have to engage in things when you're younger that you don't care about, like school, for example. You might not care that much about school, or you might care about it just for, a certain purpose. But we have to engage in a lot of things when we're younger that we don't necessarily want to all the time. Education, work is another one. So Aquarius in general does care a lot, or they just don't care. And we care a lot about the things that we care about. We care about what's important to us, like most people. But we don't care about a lot of petty, small things. And a lot of people get mad at us because we don't. I had an ex who used to get mad at me when I didn't worry with her. If she was worried about something and I didn't worry too, then she was mad at me. But I knew that worrying doesn't get you what you want. I learned a long time ago about the law of attraction and manifestation. So I knew that worrying does not get me what I want. Worrying actually takes you further away from, vibrationally speaking, it takes you further away from what you want. The more you have faith and be like, okay, no matter what happens, I'm going to be okay. That mindset gets you more than worrying about something. So she would come to me and she would tell me something, and I would be like, don't worry about it. We'll work it out. And she would get mad. How can you tell me not to worry about it? And she would go into this rant about how I didn't care. That was the end of every rant, was I didn't care. And the truth was, I did care. It was important. But worrying about it is not going to help us. So a lot of people take that as Aquarius not caring, but it's just knowing that that's not productive. And then other things we just don't care about. They're not important to us. She was very into things such as detergent. We had the biggest fight one day because I bought the wrong detergent. I don't know what I bought. I don't remember what it was, but it was the same detergent that I always bought. And she bought a different detergent. And she had the biggest attitude with me because I bought this detergent and really didn't care about the conversation about detergent. I didn't care. It was like, all right, well, I got the wrong one. Next time I'll get the right one. That was my response. She wanted me to take it back, and I was like, I just worked an 8-hour shift. I stopped and got the detergent because you asked me to. I'm not taking the detergent back and getting the one that you wanted. If you wanted a specific one, you should have told me that before I went and got the detergent. Y'all, we argued about this for 3 days, okay? And this is why we're not together no more. Because she got on my nerves. Number 2, Aquarius forms few but very close friendships. I agree with this. I definitely agree with this. Aquarius, we know a lot of people. We have a lot of associates. If I want to throw a party, I can invite about 2,000 people. But out of those 2,000 people, I'm probably close to 4, literally. Aquarius have a way of connecting with people that make people really spill their guts. Like, that people tell me all kind of stuff, and not just at work. I mean, just in general, like on the bus or stuff like that. So we have this way about us where people, they'll tell us things and we will help them. But just because we're cool with you doesn't mean you're a close friend. Aquarius is the sign of friendship. So friendship is something we take seriously. It takes a lot to be really my friend. You can be cool with me, you can be my associate, you can be my Facebook friend, but to be my real friend, my confidant, I ain't got many, it's not an easy thing. So I agree with that. Very close though. The ones I do know, I'm very close to. Aquarius are masters at reverse psychology. Aquarius are smart, and this comes in the last one. It says Aquarius are highly intelligent, and we are. So because we're highly intelligent, most of us, can't say all, of course, we also are great at reverse psychology. So it's all about mental gymnastics and logic. We're great at both of those things. So if you're going to try to mess with our heads, we're pretty good at reversing the psychology. My problem with Aquarius is that sometimes I'm trying to explain something to them. Like, I was talking to an Aquarius one day, and I was trying to explain to him why his behavior was problematic. And he tried to reverse it on me that it wasn't problematic. Okay? And he did it by sending me an article that contradicted what I was saying. So I was saying, okay, this is shady. And he sent me an article that says, oh, this is normal. And I was like, here we go with the reverse psychology. And I dropped it because I was like, if you want to act like that and you want that to be your character, then you go right ahead, Poppy. Go right ahead, dude. And that was the end of the conversation. We didn't even talk about it no more because I just dropped it. But Aquarius will try to reverse psychology. And it's okay when it's valid, but when it's just you wanting to be an ass, it's not okay at that point. Aquarius tends to be stubborn, yet genuine. Yes, we are very, very stubborn. Aquarius are about as stubborn as Taurus. Taurus, I would say, is more stubborn, but I ain't even going to say more. They're stubborn in a different way. Aquarius is stubborn because when we believe something or when we think something or when we get our hooks into something, we don't let it go until we want to let it go. Taurus is stubborn in a sense, to me, a lot of times their stubbornness doesn't make sense. It's not logical to me. It's like, and now I'll talk specifically about my ex. My ex was a Taurus, and she was real stubborn. And a lot of times the things that she was stubborn about didn't make sense. It was like, what? Like, she was very stubborn that she wanted her, one of her friends to hang out with us. And she had a little tootie-too with me that I didn't want to hang with the friend. But I didn't want to hang with the friend because the friend kept coming on to me. And I'm with the Taurus, and her friend is flirting with me behind her back, making little faces at me and doing little shit. And I just thought it was disgusting and slimy. And I didn't want to tell the Taurus, your friend is slimy, because I knew the Taurus was going to get mad at me. Well, what you mean by that? So I didn't say nothing, I just didn't want to hang with her. So finally, I did tell the Taurus, and the Taurus, was shocked, first of all, because she didn't know, and she stopped making me hang with this person. So I was very glad about that. But when I tell you as your lover, I'm not feeling this person, I shouldn't have to argue with you for weeks about it before you let it go. Stubborn for no reason. Why do you want me to hang with your friend? You hang with her. She's your friend, Stubborn, and it was just annoying. And it says Aquarius is stubborn yet genuine. I think that many Aquarius are genuine. It depends on the Aquarius because you have some very low vibrational people of every sun sign. So if you run across a low vibrational Aquarius, they're not going to be genuine, period. But if you run across a higher vibrational Aquarius, or Aquarius is trying to be a good person, and Aquarius is trying to show up sincerely, then yeah, they're going to be genuine. One thing about me, even people who don't like me will say that I'm genuine. Like, I don't like her, I don't like nothing about her, but she mean what she say. You know, at the end of the day, they can't take that from you. Aquarius says it how it is, no holding back. Aquarius are very blunt. Many of us do shoot from the hip. I shot from the hip for most of my life. I stopped being blunt when I got older, in my late 30s. And the reason why was because I felt like, from dealing with people, that people really respond better to kindness. People respond better to when you understand them and meet them emotionally. And I couldn't always do this when I was young. I didn't know how. So as I got older and I got more into my priestess training, I got more into healing things. Even to this day, you know, I'm still learning more about it. So I learned to stop being so blunt. So this is true of Aquarius. And sometimes I can't. Sometimes I'll be trying to say something to somebody in a nice way, in a kind way, and I just can't, you know, and it does come out bluntly, you know. And when all else fails, that is my default. Aquarius, let's see. Aquarius is ambitious, but procrastinates. Aquarius are very ambitious, and many of us do procrastinate. And I think the procrastination is an air sign thing, because I think Libras and Geminis do this a lot too. But the procrastination is a problem with us because it gets in the way of our ambition. Like right now, I have been working on a project. I've been working on a project for months now. And I'm halfway done the project. And I got really tired. Like, I was exhausted. I've been working a lot. Some of y'all already know this. I've been working a lot. I've been really tired. And I stopped working on the project. And it's been like 2 months. So today, I told myself, like, this is something you really want to do. This is your ambition. This is something you really want to produce. So you got to get back on the horse. So this morning at like 4 o'clock in the morning, I started working on the project again and handed it over to the artist that's helping me with the project. So I'm back on it, but I procrastinated for 2 months. Part of that was tired. Part of that was busy. And part of that was just not feeling like it. I just don't feel like it. So I procrastinated for as long as I possibly could. And then it was just like, look, this means something to you, so you got to get on top of it. And I did. Okay? Last one. Aquarius hates liars and fakes with a passion. Even Aquarius who are liars and fakes hate other people that are liars and fakes. Okay? And I know Aquarius liars. Not a lot of them, but I do know some. Most of them are like exaggerators, and the low vibrational ones will flat out tell lots of lies. I used to lie back in the day. I would spin a tale just to get somebody off my back, you know? But most Aquarius at a higher vibration are not liars. So we don't like that energy. Even when we don't like it. And fake. Most Aquarius I know are very authentic. It's very rare I meet a fake Aquarius. The only time I meet a fake Aquarius usually is when something else is going on with their self-worth, self-esteem, that kind of thing. Then they might be fake, trying to hide what's really there. But even in those cases, most of us don't like another person who's lying and fake coming around us. We do value authenticity. And most Aquarius are authentic and original. To me, we're one of the most original signs. Aquarius come up with a lot of stuff. And if you look on the Google, you'll see that a lot of Aquarius have made inventions. And, you know, that's because of that creative energy. Scientists, inventors, I think Thomas Edison was Aquarius, you know, those kind of things. So you get a lot of that energy. So I would say this list is a pretty decent one. It's a good list. Now let's get into our positive comments. The first one came from Chi-Town Fit Queen. Cool name. She said, guilty as charged. My cutoff game strong. My cutoff game stay strong. No time for games and toxic people. Yeah, I agree. If you identify that somebody's playing games with you and they're toxic, I don't see why you would hang in there. And some people would. Some people will hang in there with this person. They'll try to change them. They'll try to love them to a different space. They'll try everything under the sun, and none of it'll work. So if you identify somebody as playing games and they're toxic, that's abusive energy. Toxic energy, game playing energy, that's called emotional and mental abuse. Kick them to the curb. No point in putting up with that. You're not going to get anything positive from that relationship. All you're going to do is get hurt. You're going to get damaged by dealing with somebody like that. And believe me, I've dealt with them. I dealt with a sociopathic narcissist named Voldemort. And the games, the toxic energy, the lying, the gaslighting, the playing, it's bad. It's really bad. And it's taken me for years. I'm still in this point in my life healing from being around a sociopathic narcissist. So it's not worth it. The only thing I got out of that situation is it did make me be like, you know what? I gotta do better. I can't keep drawing people like this. I gotta do better. All right, let's see. Dark 83 Shinzo. Okay. I don't know what a Shinzo is. I gotta Google that. Dark 83 Shinzo said, I blocked someone yesterday for being ridiculous. This gotta be an Aquarius. But even if it's not, they said they blocked somebody yesterday for being ridiculous. I feel you. I feel you. If a person is being ridiculous, they deserve to get blocked, okay? I have no problem using my block button. And anybody who tells you not to use your block button is probably somebody you should use your block button with. I was listening to somebody talk the other day, and they were like, I can't believe this person blocked me. And I was thinking to myself, that's their prerogative, you know? Even if you didn't deserve it, it's their prerogative. But most of the time, if somebody blocked you, it's because you was being an irk. 9 times out of 10, you were being an irk, you were being toxic, you were being something that they didn't want to deal with. So you know what? Let it go. I hear people complain about that all the time. I was on Twitter one time, and this lady was complaining about, oh, that person blocking people, and people complain about it all the time. They blocking people and this, that, and the third, and I'm like, well, stop being an irk. Very easy. I rarely get blocked because I don't bother people. You know, I'm sure people have blocked me before. I'm very sure of it. But in general, no, because I don't bother nobody. And people know 9 times out of 10, I'm the one doing the blocking. So it is what it is. Don't be an irk and don't be ridiculous, and you won't get blocked. That's my motto. All right, guys, it's time for me to get going. So you come back soon because I got a lot more to say. See you later.